Hello and welcome to Whispers from the Forest with my psychic connection. I'm Squirrel and I'm the host for the next hour. I'm so excited to be here with y'all. Now, before we get started, I'm going to tell y'all how we do things here. We do free and paid readings. For the free readings, those are 2 minutes long, and all you have to do is put your specific question in the chat and we will get to it. We'll put it in a queue and we'll get to as many as we can. What do I mean by specific question? We don't do generals here. And a general question would be something like, what's going to happen next week? Or am I on the right path? We could make that specific by what's going to happen with my career in next week. And Skwirl says, hello there, love the crown. Thank you, Skwirl, and hi, I'm so glad you're here. So we can make those questions specific by saying, what's going to happen with my car next week? What's going to happen with my job? Give us a direction, because general questions can go all over the place. And Squirrel says, glad to be here. Outstanding. And Energy says, yay, it's Squirrel. Hi, Energy. So I got lost my track. It's okay. It's okay. I lose my track all the time. So if you would like a general question read, we do them at www.mypsychicconnection.com. And your first 3 minutes are free when you sign up. So that's pretty cool. So if you really, really want to just know, hey, just tell me anything, go to www.mypsychicconnection.com. But here, give me a direction, because sometimes it's all over the place, because so many things can happen in an hour, let alone a week or a year. Miss Collins says, hi, Squirrel, you look beautiful. Thank you, Miss Collins. And hi. And also, general questions can take us places that we don't want everybody to know about. I've got bitten quite a few times with the general questions and learning secrets that people didn't want me to know. So take them to the site one-on-one. Okay. Now, we do have donated readings as well. If you want to jump to the top of the list, if you'd like to have your reading guaranteed, or you just want to dive deeper, we have the quick read. We have the mini, the medium, and the mega. And Lexi says, no, I'm late. Hi, Squirrel. You're wearing the crown. You look so beautiful. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're here, Lexi. And you're not too late. We just got started. So the donations are the quick read, the mini, the mega, and the medium. Now, all of those will jump you to the top of the list. All of those are guaranteed readings, because we've got people coming from 8 different platforms. So the free readings aren't always guaranteed. And Karen Bullitt says, hi from New Zealand. Hi there. New Zealand. That's so cool. You guys haven't told me where you're from yet, or if you want to tell me again, because wow, sometimes things go so fast. Pop in the chat. Where are you from? I love to know. I'm in Texas right now. I'm kind of from everywhere because I'm a military brat, but right now I'm in Texas. So okay, where were we? All right, one more rule. If you have any medical or legal questions, please save those for the medical and legal professionals. By law, we are not allowed to answer those questions here. And Lexi's in Australia, neighbors with energy. That is so cool. Oh my gosh. I really want to come to Australia. I've got a whole lot of friends in Australia. I'm just gonna bounce around that country like a kangaroo. But by law, we really are not allowed to answer medical or legal questions in so many countries, and we do stream in just about all of them. Skwirl, Minnesota, and here. Ooh, now that movie Fargo. That just made me think of that. I don't remember if that was actually in Minnesota, but I know that's kind of like the same accent. Love that accent. Okay, you guys, do remember that we have, oh, before I go on to that, remember that $1 of every donation goes to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. And if you want to see how to do a donation, if you want to jump to the top of the list, if you want to dive deep into a reading, or if you really just want to support us too, that's cool. We would love that. Check out that donation link. Okay, now on to the really fun stuff. We've got that emoji contest going on tonight. The winner of the emoji contest wins a free reading additional to what you've already had, the other free reading, um, with my Human Spirit Oracle. Excellent, excellent deck. Skwirl says, ha ha ha, Fargo's in North Dakota, but, right? Okay, yeah. My husband and my son will watch that movie over and over. They love that movie. The wood chipper got me. I couldn't handle it. So be sure you're participating in that emoji contest. I love seeing those emojis flying by. I love the squirrels, but I will be excited if you give me octopus for Cassidy, kangaroos for energy, green hearts for Kay, blue hearts for Journey, crowns for Destiny, and if you can find them, bunnies for Bunny. I want to see all of my psychic connection represented here tonight in those emojis, you guys. And we will definitely have that winner. One last thing, I love jokes. I love shared laughter. Life is really difficult sometimes, and the best way to break free of it is to share something that can take us out of it, even if it's just for a moment. So if you've got any good jokes, corny jokes, ridiculous jokes, dad jokes, I love them all. I love to laugh. And I'm going to start us off with the first joke. It is really inappropriate. Forgive me, but it's so funny. I have to tell you. So, two nuns took a carriage ride to the market back in the 1800s. And the first nun said, I've never come this way before. And the second nun said, yeah, right. I bet it's the cobblestones. All right. So, hopefully, y'all got that joke. And a little bit later on throughout the show, I've been getting synchronicity to by boundaries like over and over and over again for like 3 weeks. And Scrail says, oh, well, yeah, that was a good one. I love that joke. Some of my jokes are a little inappropriate, but just look at me. I'm not always appropriate, right? So, but we've been running and I've been being synchronicity, like boundaries keep coming up everywhere I look for like over a month now. And a couple of weeks ago, I promised you guys that I would talk about boundaries on one of my shows. So if we have time for that tonight, we're going to do that. First of all, I'm going to tell you what boundaries are. Setting boundaries is a form of self care. So if you're struggling with them, be sure to stick around for some great tips, and they are a way of showing yourself some respect. And Karina, hi Karina, says, hey, beautiful squirrel, and everyone wishing a fabulous evening. Oh, hey, look, she did. You got everybody there with the emojis. That is fabulous. Thank you, Karina. All right, let's go ahead and take our first question. We got, ooh, okay, let me see how to say karaoke A. Please tell me if I'm pronouncing that correctly or incorrectly. And karaoke says, hello, my friend recommended me to come here. Awesome. Let us know who that is so we can give a big shout out for bringing a new family member. And karaoke says, I thought I had a new love interest. Just want to know why they are not showing interest anymore. Why did the person pull back, please? It is a male. Love that beautiful, specific question. That was really well done. All right. So, ah, I honestly don't think it was you. This young man is being pulled in 27 different directions. He's going through a really rough patch right now, and his head isn't screwed on straight. Um, I do see financial problems and I do see issues with other people pulling him in different directions. Perhaps family members, perhaps exes even, but I'm seeing more family. I'm not seeing a love connection that took him away. It's not romantic. But he has been through a really rough patch. He is not yet on the other side where he can put his head on straight. He's not thinking logically. I've got the King of Swords in reverse here. Because if he were thinking logically, you two would still be talking and making that connection better. Give him a little time. Now, I'm not saying don't sit around and wait for him. If you find someone that catches your fancy, go for it because he's got a long way to go before he can even get into a relationship. He seemed well put together, but he's really in a bad place right now and he's scared to make any kind of commitment, especially when there's real chemistry there. So give him a little bit of time and when he shows up again, don't 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 be offended that he pulled away because it was the only way that he could deal with what he was going through. I do feel like he really likes you. I hope that helps, karaoke. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. So, excuse me. One thing I forgot to mention when we started, if you liked any of the readings that you've gotten this week, because we have shows, I don't know if y'all know, we have shows 4 days a week, live shows, and several of them on some days. If you liked any of the readings that you've gotten this week, or you have any feedback you'd like to give us, you can go to www.journeyryanlive.com/reviews. Leave us a review. Really helps our morale, helps us know that we are connecting to you. And always, every time we're reading, if you have comments or things to speak to us, feedback while we're reading, we love the interaction with you guys. Okay? Love you guys. And Skwirl says, you can count on it, Squirrel. Thank you, Skwirl. Oh, we got our first joke. Journey. That's my joke king. You guys better start sending in some jokes, or he's just gonna keep that throne forever. Guys gotta give him a run for his money. So we got a three-year-old boy sits near a pregnant woman. The boy asks her, "Why do you look so fat?" The pregnant woman says, "I have a baby inside of me." Boy, is it a good baby? The pregnant woman said, "Yes, it is a very good baby." And then the boy says, "Then why did you eat it?" Okay, I like that's cute. That's cute. You guys, I love all the jokes. Truly shared laughter. We'll do a show about the laughter too. But right now, let me real quick. And Skrell's laughing at that. Well, we got caps out of that. And he's so fucked up. Oh my God, right? I I I love dark humor. So real quick, I know you guys, when you recognize that you need to set boundaries, and this is for everybody, this is so important because this is hard, y'all. Recognize that you deserve to be treated with respect, and that's hard for a lot of us. Determine what you need, what you will and will not tolerate, and how you want to be treated by others. Then define and acknowledge what boundaries you may or may not have already put place in your life. You may be doing things that are boundaries that you don't even realize, or you may need boundaries that you haven't yet put into place. And then determine whether the boundaries you wish to set are realistic. Because sometimes what we expect others to do is very unrealistic. They're not boundaries, they're more tyranny. Make sure that your boundaries are realistic and set them before you snap. Okay, so we'll go into that a little bit more later in the show if we've got time. All right, who do we have next? Amanda, hi, honey. Amanda says, hi, beautiful squirrely. That's, you guys, I am. I might have to change my name to Squirrely. I love that. Is there anything new coming on my journey that you can tell me about? Many thanks. Beautiful question. Beautiful question. Is there anything new coming on your journey? Oh, wow. Amanda, absolutely. And it's going to have to start with you. You have been self sacrificing, sitting and waiting for things to happen and doing for others and putting yourself behind. It is time to stand up and do for you. It truly is. And this is definitely about boundaries. You see, this is the hanged man. When he's in the upright position, he's just kind of hanging there and letting everything just happen to him. It's time to stop letting everything just happen to you and start taking charge of the driver's seat. And that will give you a great big spiritual awakening. I've got death in reverse. And this is huge change. The way I'm seeing this is a great big eye opening. Wow, things have been stagnant for too long, and it's time to move forward. Now, spiritual awakenings are hard. Sometimes they feel like hopelessness. Sometimes it feels like you're losing everything that you thought you needed. But in this case, the things that you do lose, the things that bind you to that stagnation, and Amanda says, Yup, exactly. Everything that binds you to that stagnation is something that you need to shed so that you can stand up and celebrate the beautiful woman that you are. And wow, Belle, that Belle's a boundary, isn't it? And it's a necessary boundary because you guys know I'd keep talking. And Amanda says, yes, I've learned they never come easy. Oh no, they do not. They are very, very difficult sometimes. And it feels sometimes like everything is beyond your control. But and this is for everybody. If you're going through a spiritual awakening, isn't waking up one morning and knowing everything. And you don't just get one. And Amanda giggles and she said, no, yeah. You don't just get one. We go through life. We are constantly changing, evolving, learning. And sometimes the things we learn work on our subconscious and work on the universe to allow us to shed those trappings that we think we need so that we can grow even better. It's really cool. It's really hard. And once you've gotten through to the other side, you're like, now I get it. But while you're going through it, you're like, what the hell is going on, man? I know it's hard. All right, who do we have next? Karmic parents. On point, lady. Thank you. You've been through them. Yeah, I can tell. And Skrail says, what starts and ends with the E and only has one letter in it? Ooh, an envelope. I like that one. That's one I've never heard too. I love that. Thank you, Skrail. So you guys, okay, Journey and Skrail in the lead. I might start having to have a joke competition, but I could never pick the best joke. I love them all. So we might. If y'all want me to have a joke competition for whoever sends in the most jokes that everybody doesn't go to at, let me know. And we'll start that game too, because we need some more games, right? All right, who do we got next? Scrail. Hey there, buddy. Scrail says, should I contact Jude? We only talked for a day or two, and it seemed like we were hitting it off well, but I panicked after thinking I fumbled socially, negatively affected their opinion of me, and ran. Oof. I might have overreacted, though, and I am wondering if they still want to be friends. So, should you contact Jude? And Skrill, that sounds like some Virgo energy here. Let's see. Should you contact Jude? I think you have to, because if you don't, it's going to bug you for the rest of ever. Okay? Um, I don't think that you misstepped. I think your only faux pas here was dropping conversation. I think Jude thinks, wow, we really had something going on. What happened? They might even be a little bit angry. I am seeing And Skwirl says, oh, geez. Yeah, yeah. I'm seeing some kind of anxiety coming from Jude's side. Now, if you contact Jude, I need you to explain to Jude, hey, sometimes I'm socially awkward. Sometimes I don't know what to say, or I overanalyze what I've said and I think it's wrong and I pull back. If I do that, you need to reach out to me because I'm anxious. When you explain to somebody how you respond to things, especially if like you I do believe you have Gemini energy, no filter. And the stuff that comes out of your mouth that you might think funny at the time, later you're like, oh shit, did I really say that? That can weigh on you and make you pull back. But if you let Jude know, and Squirrel said absolutely all the time, LOL, let Jude know, hey, this so you guys, this is hard sometimes. I know. I have to respect the boundaries of the bell. It's hard respecting people's boundaries. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about boundaries. So if Skrail says, I'll try and reach out. Thank you for your wisdom. You're welcome, Skrail. And keep us posted. Keep us informed. Let us know how these things happen. Okay? And remember, I said set those boundaries before you snap, because if you don't, I've seen so many people like nobody's respecting me, or this needs to be done, or holy crap, I just need some freaking time to myself. And they will snap. They will snap. But if we set those boundaries back in place, we'll do a lot better. So if you're just putting boundaries into place or you've been struggling to keep them there, people will push back to get what they want from you, especially if you have been doing everything for them any length of time, like whether it's a day or a year or 27 years. So how do people push back? And this is important to know, because otherwise you'll think that you're a bad person and you're not. They question your boundaries and your right to have them. Okay? They interrupt you while you try to communicate those boundaries. That's a big red flag. They totally disregard your needs and your feelings. They throw temper tantrums. They accuse you of being selfish or narcissistic. They love to throw that word around. Squirrel says, yep, been there, done that. Absolutely. And they love to give you guilt trips. Well, I needed this and you weren't. Sometimes you got to be there for yourself. You have got to put yourself first. And that's what boundaries are for, or else we lose all self respect. Now, one of the guilt trips that people will try to give you is the silent treatment. Don't play into that. Silent treatment is designed to make us angry, to make us fight, to make us argue and start yelling and lose logic. Best way to meet a silent treatment is a silent treatment of your own, but not the snitty silent treatment. A calm, like, okay, we're doing this. See you later. You can come back when you want to talk. Just very calm, very matter of fact, not that slamming, jumping, and stomping silent treatment. That ain't silent treatment. That's just noise. So recognize these as punishments and manipulations to get you to lower or discard those boundaries. And next, after a couple of questions, we're going to talk about how to enforce those boundaries now that we recognize how people will push them. Okay? Who do we have next? All right, you guys, we have a donation. Thank you so much, Emma. You really are supporting the platform, and $1 of every donation, $1 of your donation going to St. Jude's Children's Hospital, which is a wonderful cause. I'm so happy to see you, Emma. So Emma asks, does Joe want anything to happen between us, please? Let's take a look at this, Emma. And that is a phenomenal question, because I know you've been asking about what is going on with you and Joe. but for to say, what does Joe want? Kudos to you. Kudos. All right. So, hmm, does Joe want anything to happen between you? He does want better communication. He feels like the communication is hit or miss sometimes. And hate to say it, but that's a lot of it is his fault because I feel like you are ready to speak to him whenever he's around. Um, he wants things to happen. He very much wants physicality with you, like very much wants physicality. But I'm having to say that he's not in it for the long term right now. He's got too many things to do. He's got too many places to go. He's got too many people to meet. It's just like it's not something he wants to work for to make it long term. And Emma says, yes, you're right. And you end up feeling like you're not important because he, you see him one day and everything's fine and everything's peachy keen and you're like, yeah, we're back on track. And then the next day you don't hear from him at all. And even friends, I mean, I might not call my friends every day or text them, but I do reach out to them, every few days to say, hey, how you doing? Are you all right? Or how did that dance go or whatever they're doing, showing that interest. I feel like you feel like Joe is not genuinely showing interest in Emma. Like he's just there for his purposes. So it's not that he's a bad guy. It's just he's young and he's got things to do. So he does genuinely like you. I truly see that he genuinely likes you. But he has an immaturity to him that the edges have not worn off yet. And he does not have any desire to commit or work for a relationship. Um, and it feels like he doesn't really care for traditional relationships. Like he either wants an open relationship, which I feel like you would accept, but I do not feel that you would be comfortable with that. Do not accept anything that you're not comfortable with, Emma. That's not fair to you, and nobody's worth that. I know you really care for him. I know you think that he's a wonderful guy. He is a wonderful guy. But is he the best guy for you at the time? With the way that his thought process is looking, and Emma says, oh my God, I agree. Yeah, don't do that to yourself. I know that's a beautiful thing. That's a big sacrifice, but we should never, ever. You are a monogamous creature, Emma. You want that one-on-one. That is important to you. And if you commit yourself to a relationship where you don't have that, that will cut you away in little pieces every single day. It will make you feel less than. There are other monogamous people. I'm a monogamous people. I am so totally understanding with you. It takes somebody who can, I don't know exactly how to say it. It's like there are certain people that have to be monogamous, and then there are other people who just want to share their love with a lot of people. That's a beautiful thing. But the two don't mix well. They don't mix well because one always has to give up a piece of themselves for the other. And right now, Joe is more of open relationship, non-traditional, doesn't want to put the work in. And this is hard to say, but I don't want to see you. I don't think there's any physicality going on right yet. But Emma, if you keep making sacrifices and you keep staying waiting for him, you're going to end up either in a horrible relationship for you with the man that you love, sure, but there are others you can love. There are. Or you're going to end up being a booty call, and you don't deserve either of those. You Honey, I hope that helped. I and thank you so much for your donation. Oh my gosh, it's already game time. How did that even happen? Wait, is it the lightning round? I'm so confused. We just started. And Emma said, "You're so spot on." Emma, honey, mwah, I love you. You are beautiful. Never accept less than what you deserve. All right. And she says, "Thank you." Oh my gosh. So, are we on the lightning round? Because if we are, that means, okay, guys, for the next 3 minutes, 3 minutes, count them. When we start reading, you can type in as many yes, no questions as you can possibly get in there. Type fast, start now, start 10 minutes ago. No, no, 2 minutes ago. And you can, we are, I'm only allowed to say yes, no, or undetermined. That stuff is so hard. Oh, here we go. Emma Rose, should I still take the record deal I'm being offered? Hell yes. Amanda Town, will my marriage get better? Ugh, undetermined. Emma Rose, will I go to New York City soon for my career? No, but okay. Am I allowed to say but? Amanda, will Jeff be okay? Yes, honey. Yes. Emma, is Joe talking to Sarah R a lot? Please. I'm sorry. Yes. Kat, is Jay still mad at me? Yes. Emma Rose, will my career go more smoothly now that my mother is out of the picture? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Amanda, will A keep her word? Yes. Oh, wow. Okay. I wish I could show you all the cards and talk. Raylene, hi, Raylene. Will I get a job working from home soon? Uh, yes, but Marianne, hi, Marianne. Will I hear from Jean soon? No. There's more. Emma, will me and Dee, my brother, sort things? Yes. Lexi, will my son sleep through the night tonight? Oh no, no, Lexi. Oh my gosh. Karmic Parents 888. Is Karen mad that I won? Yeah, she is. Emma, is my son's house going to sell? Yes. Wow. Karen, hi Karen. Will my kids get along? Me? No. Lexi, will my husband and I have a good weekend together? Oh, damn. Two cards came out. Undetermined. We need to talk. Emma, is my ex still with Nina? No. Karen, will I find a bigger house? Yes. Marianne, will I have any legal issues? That's a legal question, honey. I'm not allowed to answer that. I'm sorry. Andrea, will my landlord work with me on my rent? No. Emma, is my kids okay? Amanda, will things get easier? Undetermined. Emma, is B doing okay for himself? Oh, yeah. Yeah, he is. All right. Marianne, will I get married? Yes. Emma, will I see Joe today? Not the way you're thinking. I think that wasn't allowed. Emma, will my song Flawless make a comeback in the public eye? If I could show you this card. Yes. This is killing me, you guys. Amanda, will I hear from Dale? Yes. I'm all out of breath. It's a hard one. Terry's probably back there going, squabble. You're only allowed, you guys, that's really hard. This is the hardest game to play. And we got a joke. Journey says, one day Jimmy got home early from school and his mom asked, why are you home so early? He answered, because I was the only one that answered a question in my class. She said, wow, my son is a genius. What was the question? Jimmy replied, the question was, who threw the trash can at the principal's head? Sounds like that sounds like my sister growing up, y'all. I was an angel. And Lexi says, ha ha ha, thank you, Squirrel. You're welcome, honey. And Emma says, yay, good fortune coming my way. Finally. Oh, Emma. Ah, I wish I could have shown you that card. We're not. Yes, no, and undetermined. That is the hardest thing to do. You guys just don't know. Okay, who do we have next? We got Svetlana. Hey, Svetlana. Says, hi, squirrel. Hey, what kind of man will be my next relationship and when? Thank you. Let's check it out. What kind of man will be Svetlana's next relationship? Okay. Um, be careful, Svetlana. And you can alter this because I'm not liking what I'm seeing here. This man that is lined up to be your next relationship doesn't seem like a good man for you. I got the King of Swords in reverse. That's violent temper. I got the King of Coins in reverse. Two kings when we're talking about a specific man. And that's somebody who don't know how to control his finances and somebody who's just kind of greedy, just a greedy person. And then I got the Four of Coins upright, which shows me more greed. And then I've got the Hierophant, which in this case to me feels like a control freak, a control freak. So this is designed to be your next relationship. So I'm not saying don't go in any relationships, don't go in any dates, but take your time and watch for these red flags. I've told them to you. You have time to watch for them. And yes, this could develop into a relationship before it's too late. And then you're stuck with the illusion that you had of him. Watch for these red flags. This is Scorpio. It's looking like late October. So in late October, you're going to meet a very charming, very handsome, very likable person. Watch for the red flags, especially the temper, and make sure he has a job. I hate that answer, but and you guys, this is for everybody. Just because that's the next relationship we might have, if there's something we don't like about it, we don't have to do it. We have free will. But if you don't know the red flags, if you don't know what you're walking into, it could get sticky. So hopefully that the not every answer can be coming up roses, and I hate that. I want the best for everybody. But when I see something like that, I've got to warn you guys. I've got to let you know it's time to alter the course. The best way to alter the course is move forward watching for the red flags. And that's for everything in life. Okay? And Svetlana, he's going to push your boundaries. So we're going to talk about how to enforce your boundaries real quick. Okay? So the first thing to do is address any overstepping right away, like right then, but not all emotional. Calmly explain why your boundaries are important to you. Express your limits respectfully to the other person indirectly. Don't be vague. Vague is like, I need some space right now. Clear, direct. I could use about 2 hours to clear my head and gain my equilibrium. I don't want to talk to anybody right now, anybody. And I would like to be left alone during that time. Very clear. It leaves little room for misinterpretation. And sometimes I just need some space, makes people freak out and come after you even harder. Set consequences. Let them know what will happen when they don't respect your boundaries and limit your engagement when possible. This may involve spending less time with someone, ending a conversation that is going nowhere, or in even some cases, no contact at all. The most important thing is be persistent. Be calm, communicate self respect. And when you let someone cross your boundaries, you're telling them it's okay to do that. And then you got to start all over again with them knowing that they can cross the line. Do never give in to the feeling that you need to justify yourself. You do not have to justify self respect. Explaining your boundaries so that people understand them is one thing, but explaining why you need those boundaries, no, don't give them that. And the last and final thing is be open to adjustments as you grow and change. Don't set those boundaries in stone. Sometimes those boundaries will change because you've learned something or you've learned better ways to cope with the things that you've needed to put the boundaries up against. Okay, I hope that helps you guys. And Skwirl says, all right, we got a joke. Did you know my state has the smallest soft drinks? It's why it's called mini soda. Oh, okay, we're keeping you, Skwirl. And Journey, he's got the numbers today. All of y'all, come on, let's see those jokes. All right, who do we have next? We got Lexi. Hi, Lexi. Lexi says, if there's time, I'd love to know more about what you saw for my weekend with my husband, Squirrel. Okay, so let me see, because two cards jumped out at once, and it was the Ten of Cups reversed, and it was also the Devil in reverse. So it's not drastic, but make sure that when you go away for the weekend, it feels like something is going to tempt you to go different directions. Like you might see a store you want to go into, or he might want to go golfing, or this or that. I don't know if your husband even golfs, that's just a generic thing. But if you guys don't spend the whole time together doing things that you both enjoy, solidifying that relationship, that 10 of cups, it feels like you two really need this weekend getaway, and that you need it to reignite that passion, to reignite that feeling of togetherness, that you may be stuck in one of those tiny ruts and feeling tempted to go do things away from each other, or tempted to just, and I'm not talking about other people at all. I am not talking about roving eyes or anything like that. But when you are in a rut, when things are feeling stagnant in a relationship, it's tempting just to keep the status quo, not to rock the boat, not to say, hey, I need to spend some time with you, or hey, let's dance in the kitchen or do something silly. While you're away on this vacation, be silly together. Solidify that. Pull yourselves out of that little rut. And Lexi says, yes, definitely. We have a 7-month-old, so the connection is pretty much non-existent right now. If at all possible, unless you already have, get a babysitter for the weekend. It's hard to leave a baby, I know. But that's the main thing. And thank you for asking for follow-up. That was a very good question. Follow-up questions on those yes nos are definitely a good idea, especially if I'm like, all right. Okay, we got our joke. Okay, we got 2 for 2 here. Journey says, a mother said to her son, no, this is third for Journey. I like blinked 20 years out. Mother said to her son, look at that kid over there. He's not misbehaving. The son replied, maybe he has good parents then. Oh, man. Oh. And Lexi says, thank you so much. Heart is Squirrel. Mwah. You're welcome, honey. Okay, guys. Speaking about good parents, I'm not the best parent. I'm not consistent, but I am a fun parent, I hope. I love, love, love to embarrass my kids. Oh, God, especially when they're teenagers. But one of the things that I do to them, and you guys, you've got to try this. This is so much fun, okay? Especially if you're Capricorn, you will never do this unless you have some Sagittarius in your chart. But when you're in a big store and you can't see your kids or your husband or your wife, scream out, Marco! See how many people will answer polo. Not one of them will be your kids or your spouse. They'll be embarrassed. But scream it out and then ask the people who answer you what sign they are. Now, you'll only be able to do it once or twice because your kids won't answer you, but they will run toward your voice to shut you up. I just, I had the need to share that with you. Okay, who do we have next? And man, it's laughing my ass off. I know, I love it every time. It's amazing how many people answer. And oh wow, it's game time. Emma Rose says, I bet with being a psychic, it's pretty cool to know when your kid is being up to no good and you can pull them up on them by surprise when you know they're up to no good. And Lexi says, I've done that with my husband. Oh, yes, Lexi. I was feeling sassy at the chemist once, so I called out, Hey, babe, do you still need that hemorrhoid cream? Is that so much fun or what? And Amanda, all right, Amanda is our emoji contest winner. Let me switch decks here and get that beautiful human spirit oracle. Now, I know earlier we said we don't do generals, but for the game, I actually do a little bit of a general. I'm going to ask what does the universe most need Amanda to know right now? Love, love, love this day. So let's talk, Amanda. All right. Ooh, ooh. Okay. And Amanda says, woohoo. And yay, this okay, I'm getting foofed. That's what I do. Foof is when I got too much information coming in at once. Amanda. One of the things that you need to do, and you're not going to like this, okay, because you are not confrontational. You've been non-confrontational for too long. Honey, it's time to lose your temper a little bit. And then Amanda says, wow. So, and I'm not saying rip somebody's head off or hurt anybody, but it's time to fight back. Okay? It's time to say, no, I'm not taking this shit anymore, and you're going to hear about it. And I feel like every time you've tried to stand up, stand your ground, you have been the one shouted down, and you have shrunk back and disappeared into the walls and allowed the other person to bull you around. It is time for you to let all that out. And that's usually not advice that I would give, but it's time, Amanda. Sometimes you've got to stand up for yourself. Now, once that happens, I think that the person that you're having those issues with, she says, yeah, I got a little 50 back today, actually. Good. It's time. Because what that's going to be allowing you to do, because right now you've got all of that anger locked up inside you. Get it out. Don't hurt anybody, but say what has been holding you down. That will unlock your mind so that you are not dwelling on the disrespect that you've been getting. You need to be able to unlock your mind. When you unlock your mind, you will be able to discuss things, and she won't be able to shout you down, or they won't be able to shout you down or cow you, because you will have the answers. You will not be running in circles with woulda, shoulda, couldas. Okay? Now, once you're able to do that, feisty, yeah, yeah, it's like you need to get a little feisty. You're sweet and you hate being mean. It is not mean to stand up for yourself. You've tried to talk. Sometimes you gotta bark. Sometimes you gotta. Sometimes that's the only way to get them to start listening. That will unlock your mind, get you talking, and lets you see what's really going on and how you need to move forward. And once you do that, you've got the Midas touch. Not that everything you turn to touch turns to gold in a bad way, but everything will start moving forward. Things will start going your way. I know there's things you want that you haven't been able to get because you've been shouted down and pushed against the wall. It's time for you to start taking what's yours. And if you have to bark to get it, honey, bark. Okay? You deserve what belongs to you. You deserve to be respected. She says, yup, and got a yes to a question that was getting no previous months. There you go. Now, that tells me you might need to bark again. Don't just bark once. That yes might have been just to shut you up in a different way. So stand your ground, show how you feel, and let your mind open so you can hear how they feel without feeling disrespected. I truly hope that helps. Okay. That one just like my head said poof, just like the guys in the picture. All right, you guys. Let's see. And Amanda says, oh, yeah, I got the jokes tonight. I love you guys. Amanda says, what do you call a group of witches baking? An easy bake coven. I like that one. She says, yeah, I figure I will. Just worry about exploding. You know what? Okay. And Amanda and anybody here, we are raised to be polite. We are, and it's good to be polite. But when polite gets you nowhere, when you have used all of your polite resources and nothing has worked, sometimes you gotta get loud. As long as you don't physically hurt somebody, sometimes you gotta get loud because sometimes that's the only way to cut through the bullshit and get somebody to listen. All right. Okay. Who do we have next? We got JMC Reforming. Hi there. Oh, she said hi there too. Hi. Uh, will my husband come back in the next couple of days after taking off a few days ago? Thank you so much. Oh, honey, I'm sorry you're going through that. Let's see. Will your husband come back in a couple of days? This is not the first time he's done this. Um, it feels like a cycle. Like he comes back, you work things out, things change for a minute, then they start all over again, and you're just kind of walking on eggshells, waiting for when is it all going to explode. This is truly painful. Um, I feel like he says that finances make you fight. But it's more than that. It's not, I think the finances could be fine, but he goes off on these little tangents. And honey, he goes out, and I got the devil card here for when he leaves. And that could be gambling, it could be drinking, it could be being tempted by other women. It could be a lot of things, but nothing good for you. And that's just not fair. I do see that he will come back. Not in a couple of days. He will come back. But JMC, honey, it's just going to lead to your heart being broken. How many times can you be betrayed? How many times can your heart be broken? The question isn't, will he come back? What you need to ask him. Oh, hon, I'm so sorry. That one's a tough one. I wish you the best of luck, and I wish you the love you deserve. I wish that for all of you. Okay, so we are already on the last question, and Skwirl says, thank you, Skwirl. Skwirl says, why did the pony have to cancel her concert? Because she was a little horse. Okay, I like that one. I like that one. I get a little hoarse. I mean, like, it feels like we just started, but my throat is going all dry on y'all. And we are already on the last question. I swear, poof, that hour screamed by. So who have we got for our last question? We got Gemma. Hey, Gemma. Gemma says, I may have already asked, But do you think Adam and I will get to go on holiday either abroad or just here in the UK next year? I'm desperate to go, but I don't think I'll be well enough this year. Let's check it out and see how we can make that happen, honey. Oh, man, two cards jumped out at once. Okay. All right. Right out the gate, I see you both being on the same page. I see, ooh, get some Dramamine because I see a cruise. I see one of you or both of you really wanting to take a cruise. Look at this card. That's a cruise, if ever there was a cruise card, and a romantic cruise. So I do see that in order for that to happen, a little bit of penny pinching, nothing drastic, but $5 here, $10 there, $20 if you got a little extra going in the kitty for that cruise because and that's cool. I like Bahamas or somewhere really festive and beautiful. The problem is you might talk yourself. This is that negative Virgo energy, honey. Don't talk yourself out of being able to go. I'm not seeing this as finances. I'm seeing this as you talking to yourself and talking yourself out of it. This is absolutely achievable, but you need to A, take the time to get well. Take those little baby steps that we've discussed in the past where you get yourself out there, get yourself out of your comfort zone. Start doing things that you want to do in little baby steps so that next year I see it possible if you do not talk yourself out of it. Okay? So we can do some work on how to. Wow. Wow. Okay. So the night goes so fast, I can't believe it. Before we take off, I really have to say, tonight at midnight, Into the Shadows of Dreams is on with Kay, the intuitive empath, and Journey Ryan. If you have not seen that show, it is mind blowing. It is one of the best shows on the network. They dive deep into our dreams. Just if you have a nightmare or a dream that happened years ago and you want to know what it means, or a recurring dream that you're having now, those two can break it down and make it make so much sense. It is phenomenal. I cannot say enough good about it. I love, love, love that show. And then tomorrow, remember, Journey Ryan Live is back on at the 10 o'clock slot on Thursdays. So you guys come and see him too. And then throughout the weekend, you'll have us on those shorts and those videos on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you always know what we're doing because sometimes we surprise y'all. And thank you for spending a whole hour with me. Time is our most valuable resource. So thank you for sharing yours with me. I love you guys. Mwah.